Welcome to the Super Salt Shaker Podcast. Chrono. Get ready for the next podcast.
Hey there everybody, welcome to another episode of Salt Shakers. I am your host Chrono, and man, it's so good to be back, after my absence last week. Tonight, yep, we've got a special guest there. We've got Butterjaw.
Hey, good
How
to
you
be
doing?
Here. Good to be here.
Yeah, you were mentioning just before about, about that song that we just played before.
That Dragon Ball song got out of hand real quick. Never listened to the full thing. Has a bloody guitar solo. That's hype.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I was thinking about the lobby theme at first, but
Yeah.
I was like, it's a bit mellow.
It's mellow.
Not as mellow as some of the themes. I still reckon.
I think they knocked out of the park with that main theme though. That's like that gets you pumped up. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna throw some stupid supers,
Some Kamehamehas all over the place.
Stuff.
Yeah. So no, let's get right into it. So welcome to the show.
Yep.
What do you think of your portrait there with
I
the
love
beard?
It. It's great.
You're using that as your profile pic.
It's already up on Facebook. It's my profile pic. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, no,
With the lab coat. Awesome.
The lab coat. Oh,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that's what you wear, eh?
Yeah, work. Yep.
Yep. No, that's cool. And I can see that they got the beard.
They got the beard right.
Yeah.
Obviously going for the bushier phase. Usually I've trimmed it down. This is just the post-Christmas fluff.
It's not as big as Soul's one.
No, it's not.
Soul's one's
that's on
just
the
insane.
that's on the baseball card,
Yeah.
My epic beard stat's lower than his. But his is bushier.
Yeah, well, I think that Virtual Bacon sort of got my beard wrong.
Yeah,
it's a bit thin.
Yeah, it's that old Chrono.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good to have you here. I mean, we're doing this in the lounge because it's an oven in the office.
Air conditioning is nice.
No, air conditioning is nice, definitely. So, tell us about yourself there. How did Butterjaw come about with the name?
Well, the name.
Tell us about the lore. We need you to input your lore.
Yeah, this came up on Twitter actually when
Yep.
people were talking about it. But yeah, I got my name from World of Warcraft back in high school, 5th form. So
Yep.
that would have been 2005? No, 6. 2006. So I used to play. Started 2007 maybe. I don't know. I used to play with some friends from high school, and then I switched from one faction in World of Warcraft to another, and I bought a new account. I swapped accounts with someone, and then moved the priest I got onto a new server, and its name was Butterjaw, and I was like, that's kind of weird and stupid. I'll just stick with that. And then I used it for my Dota name, and I've started using it for my PSN accounts. So there's not a lot of lore behind it, but it kind of stuck.
Right.
My high school friend group.
Yeah.
That's who I online gamed with before.
So you said that you were a World of Warcraft player. Was this before fighting games and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
this was in high school when I wasn't really playing fighting games.
Okay. What kind of was this back in vanilla? Is it?
Yeah, it would have been late vanilla, early Burning Crusade.
Oh yeah.
And then I stopped after that.
Wasn't Burning Crusade one of the best?
Burning Crusade was potentially the greatest time I've spent playing.
And then you had the shit afterwards, right?
Yeah, I didn't play that.
Cataclysm.
I didn't even finish Burning Crusade. The initial Burning Crusade part, I played. I didn't raid in Burning Crusade because finally got together with this girl I'd liked in high school for ages.
Right.
And, the World of Warcraft becomes less of a priority then when you're 16.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. No. So with that one, what did you have? What character were you?
So I used to play a Tauren warrior.
Okay.
Because he's a big Minotaur man with an axe called Basil. And then I traded him for Butterjaw, who was a Shadow Priest.
I'm actually just so happy that I didn't actually get into the World of Warcraft craze. I mean, for me, I kind of just played Ragnarok Online.
Oh, okay.
And that was the only MMO that I'll ever touch. But yeah, I've got a lot of friends that actually went that played World of Warcraft, and they were like, "Oh, you should play Chrono." I was like, nah.
It was fun.
It is.
I've gone back to play it recently, and it's just not as. The magic's gone. It's all by the numbers now.
Didn't they cater to the casual sort of market?
Yeah,
more.
I think I'm gonna dip my toes back in when they bring that WoW Classic back.
Oh,
So it's,
okay.
where you had to walk everywhere,
Yeah.
and 2 gauges the level, and it's like more immersive world where you're sort of hanging around an area for ages, as opposed to just going, oh, I'm leveled, and done.
Right.
So I like I'm just gonna try it,
Yeah.
see if the magic's still there. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a one-time thing.
Well, it's sort of the same as Final Fantasy VII when they announced the remake. I mean, everybody's happy about it, but the thing is that I don't think it's going to be as popular.
Probably not. I think
I'm
everyone
going to
looks
be
at Final...
very, very frank here.
Go
You
on.
know, no, yeah, it's just they say that they're going to remake it, but because of this PC world that we live in, I don't think that there's going to be any sort of honeybee in. I don't think there's going to be cloud cross-dressing.
Yeah, I think
and things like that.
Yeah, all that stuff might be gone. I think they'll probably even over-dramatize. That's not even the word. They'll overdo Aeris's death. They'll make it a big, huge cinematic, which I think will probably... And if they do that, whatever. But like the whole point of it was supposed to be like, she's dead.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It was not a big, drawn-out thing. Sephiroth just was like, punk.
Yeah, I know. Like it was a big surprise to the world. I mean, but the thing is that I played Final Fantasy VII quite late, and with Aeris dying, yeah, I already knew what was happening, so I kind of kept myself sort of away from Aerith. It's like, nah.
She's a wasted character slot.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
you
like,
know that?
yeah, she's always the lowest sort of level in my team. I'm going back to play it now, and
yeah.
I'm on disc 1, and I'm just I'm in that canon state, like that canon sort of city,
on the thing,
where basically you just go and press the alarm, and then you get disc 3 sort of level creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just basically doing that. But anyway, this is a fighting game podcast.
Enough about Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So, with yourself, I mean, before I get into this, your accent, I know that you did mention it earlier before we jumped on live, but you said that you're originally Scottish.
Yeah.
But you still have a kind of like a American accent.
Yeah,
Let's get into that.
American Canadian sounding hybrid monstrosity that I have. It really comes out when you like listen to me speak, all over like a stream or something. So
Yeah.
I assume the people that watch my stream are pretty used to it. Apparently, it gets more Scottish the drunker I get, and it becomes a little bit harder to understand me. But that's just what I've heard. So yeah, I always had the ability to pick up accents when I was a kid. So when I moved over here, I hung out with a bunch of people, American, Irish, Kiwi, and it's all just sort of merged into my weird mongrel accent. But when I go home to Scotland to see the family over there, they all think I sound Kiwi, Australian. So I've become this universally foreign accent.
Well, I mean,
So I don't sound American to America.
you still have that kind of twang, though. You know, like you still kind of hear a bit of New Zealand in there. But when you first started speaking, when you opened your mouth, the first thing it just popped in my head was American.
Yeah, it happens.
I was about to ask, I was like, "What state are you from?" or something.
Yeah, American, Canadian is what I get the most.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So with fighting games, there, I mean, your main game is Tekken at the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
so-
because the NRS scene in New Zealand's kind of not a scene. There's like 6 of us.
Yeah, that's true. So with Tekken, there, how did it all begin for you?
So I mean, fighting games for me. The first fighting game I remember playing was Mortal Kombat 2 when I was 6 on my friend's Mega Drive, and it was always just like a button mash fest to get to the fatality screen. But that's like when I was like, man.
Did you know how to do any fatalities?
Yeah, we all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had them written down. Like we had like a folded up, like a piece of paper that was folded up like 10 times.
So when you
into
basically
the
go
thing.
finish him,
Yeah,
you're like,
like,
hold on.
Pause. Get the sheet out.
Jeez.
But then I think so. Really, and especially with Tekken, it was Christmas. Whenever the PlayStation came out, we got a PlayStation 1 for Christmas. And the
lucky
2 games
you.
I got were Spyro the Dragon,
Yeah.
which started my love of like cool platforming games like that, and Tekken 3.
Tekken 3.
Tekken
Oh,
3.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when I was a kid, we used to go on holiday to Spain, and they'd have arcades at the hotels. And I played a lot of Tekken 2 when I was like 7 on the arcade. But I just couldn't play good. I liked playing Yoshimitsu because he had a sword. And I thought that was cheating in a fighting game, but I didn't know how to use any of the sword moves because I was 7.
Yeah, I remembered. This is like sort of back in high school when I had a good friend of mine who's actually my best man at my wedding. He would actually just be like, oh, you know, he's a casual gamer, but yeah, he would just say, oh, I love Yoshimitsu. The thing is that I cannot use his damn sword. Every time when I press a button, it's always just, he always hits you with the butt of his sword, and that's it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to use the sword. And it's like, oh, you should try, you know, down 1+4 at the same time. And then he's just like, oh, yeah, cool. And then he does it. He's like, oh, I killed myself. Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, with Tekken 3, I mean, that you said that you played a lot of Tekken 2, but let's get into Tekken 3. That's when it started refining.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's not when I was refining. That's when I learned to look up the move list.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tekken 3 was just the kids
It's a
on the
different
block.
game compared to 2.
Yeah. Tekken 3 was just... So I was like 8. It's the kids playing characters. Mostly Gon. Everyone thought Gon was broken. You know, it was the early Tekken 3 kids playing Tekken.
What, is it just basically
because
mashing
they were like,
3?
he's a tiny dinosaur, so
yeah,
you
and they're
can't
just
hit
mashing
him.
3.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
But then it's fine, because I played Jin.
Yeah.
Who was just better Kazuya in Tekken 3. So you just did the up forward 4-4-4, and you always caught the Gon. Mashing buttons. So, you know, no one could defeat my Jin on the block, because I had one move. And they only had one move.
Just Hell Sweep, eh?
Yeah. Well, not even Hell Sweep, the jumping Hell Sweep. The old Kazuya one. Yeah. But when I actually started taking fighting games properly, was first year university in Otago. Person I talked about before, a Friendly Tree, who posts Nina Tech videos.
Yeah.
He was at the same hall as me. We were drinking, playing Tekken. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, and then like we flatted together, and like he taught me how to play properly and what frame data was, and you know how to do pressure and stuff. And that's when I picked up Armor King, Tekken 5 DR on the PS3, the PS3 version, and I stuck with him ever since.
So that would have been Tekken 6.
End of Tekken 5, and then our second year, Tekken 6 came out right at the start.
Yeah.
So Tekken 6 was constantly on in our flat. So yeah, Tekken 6 on console was on at our flat all the time, and I learned a lot.
And this was in Dunedin, was it?
Yeah, in Dunedin.
Okay.
Yeah. To the point where like I played like a lot of Tekken, and every time I went into a flat, people wouldn't want to play me in Tekken. I wasn't even good, but to the casual people who like playing Tekken, it seemed like I was godlike because I could do a juggle instead of just mashing the 4 button or whatever. So. But then I came to Auckland and started playing Mortal Kombat and realized that there are people that are really good at fighting games, and then that's when I started going to events and started.
So that's how you discovered the scene, is it?
Yeah, well, when I moved here, I was
Okay.
trying to be good at Mortal Kombat, and that's when I started probing the Rambat stuff. End of 2015 when I moved up here.
Right.
And then I went to Southern Cross up then and got 4th place from MKX in Nats. I beat Mason to get that, and then lost to some guy who was on holiday here, who had entered.
Oh, okay.
And he got 3rd, and Wazza won, I think.
And this was Mortal Kombat 10.
Mortal Kombat 10. Yeah.
Man, like with Mortal Kombat 10, like it's really good in terms of the graphics and things like that. A little bit too gory for my liking.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But speaking of gore, I mean, you do like your horror games.
Yeah.
You do like, you know, Resident Evil and Evil Within.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so good.
No, it's good. It's good. So with Tekken though, when did you actually start? So you started playing, or how did you get into this scene, this FGC fighting game community?
The FGC with Tekken, it was when Tekken 7 came out, because there was nothing really running up here when it was Tag 2 by 2015. I think everyone had kind of fallen off the wagon on that one a little bit, but you know, Tag 2 is a controversial member of the series, I think. As you've mentioned, you didn't quite like it.
I just didn't like it because Xiaoyu was bottom tier. You can do so much. You can only do so much. You know, and then you get like Death Fist.
Yeah.
And you know, and that takes off more than what you've just dealt in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's rough.
So yeah, it's rough.
So this previous year, 2017, was the year that I really became a part of the FGC. I feel made like a lot of friends. Tail end of 2016, the NRS boys, Wazza and Uncle Danny and Wes, I was starting to get to know them, and then First Blood, like, actually hung out with Shamir more and started talking to everyone, and yeah, it's pretty good. So I feel like, Auckland FGC is pretty.
Yeah, the FGC is actually building. That's what I actually think, because when Tekken Tag 2 first came out, as from the previous podcasts, I think it was Zazob that said this, is that back then with Tekken, everyone sort of huddled around an arcade machine, and that's how we got to know everyone else.
Yeah, because you're all waiting in line.
Yeah, because we're all waiting in line, and there's a lot of shit talking and things like that. But when it comes to let's say going to offline events such as Rambats and things like that, none of us really bothered because it was in the arcades, and we can just play in the arcades.
Yeah, true.
Whereas now, I think that 2017, this is when everyone started sort of bonding, and everything started to like sort of glue into place.
Yeah, because now the Tekken people are coming out.
Yeah,
and it's all sort of integrating. So I think it's good to see that.
Well, because there's no Tekken, in the arcades anymore.
Yeah, it's not even updated Tekken 7.
No, it's not even updated. So, and it's so expensive. It's still like $2 a pop.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, $2 a pop in IMAX.
Yeah,
and things like that. And
I think IMAX was the cheaper one as well. The time zone under the Burger King.
That's $1 something now.
Is it now?
Yeah.
When it first came out in Auckland early last year, it was like, I found that the IMAX one was the cheaper one.
Oh, okay.
Time zone had obviously been like, we'll put the, you can put the price up because it's a new game,
Yeah, and double dollars.
And double dollars.
Double dollars is good. But yeah, and I just kind of feel that this year, I mean, when I went to Rambats before Tekken 7 went out, you always see that the Street Fighter players are always sort of in their little corner, and the Tekken players are in their little corner.
Yeah. So
you don't really see them sort of jiving. Now that you've got like sort of Zazob, playing Street Fighter, and you've got myself doing the podcast, and Dave being the organizer. There's a lot of sort of mix and matching, I guess, in there, and then the people are starting to sort of open up to each other.
Yeah, I think it just takes a while for people to open up though. Anyway, because if you just walk into like a sort of new social group, you're not gonna just be like, boom,
hey,
talking to everyone.
How's it going?
Well, you might, but not a lot of people.
Well, I mean,
a lot of people are reserved initially.
Well,
and
we play a lot of games. Well, I mean, how it works is that, for us, we play a lot of games, and most of the people that are gamers are naturally introverts. So it takes a while for us just to sort of
come out the shell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much how it is, and that's how I got to know everyone, just like yourself, and that's how I came up with the podcast. Yeah. It's like, look, okay, we're going to start doing Tekken people, and then we're going to start doing Street Fighter and a whole bunch of other games.
A whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. So Tekken being your, one of your main games and stuff, you said that you don't really play on an arcade stick?
No, I play on pad.
It's always pad, is it?
Always pad.
Have you tried an arcade stick?
Yeah, but like, I feel like if I put the time in, I could probably build it up, but I have this thing where I don't want to suffer through that initial where you're going to lose a lot because you can't do movements and stuff. So, and I find the pad is comfortable. For NRS games, I think that using a pad is the optimal way to play. I don't like a stick for NRS games.
Oh, okay.
So it's easier just to keep everything on the same input device.
Yeah.
And a pad's easier to carry around.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's all personal preference. You even see people playing Tekken, a lot of the American players these days play on pad. The pro ones. Like speed kicks and stuff.
Well, I mean, all I can say is that, I mean, back then, when with Tekken, there was, when it was still in the arcades, obviously that's how we knew how to play.
Yeah.
And back then, when people used to play on a pad, it's like, why are you playing on a pad? So I guess that now times are changing.
Yeah.
You play whatever the hell you want because it's everything's compatible with anything,
that's
really.
The thing, even hitboxes now. That's a whole different way to cheat.
Still, it's unique.
Yeah.
It's unique. You are who you are. I mean, for me, that's the reason why when I have a stick, I just tend to customize it.
That's the one thing I was going to say. The only reason I would want to learn stick so I could have a sweet custom stick. Like, just so you can, like, personalize it. I think that's the coolest thing about it. Like, personalizing a pad is, like, a hassle, and it's too small, people can't see it.
That's why I sort of have this sort of speculation that, you know how everybody used to, this is, like, you know, generation before, where they would argue about what's better, playing on an arcade stick or sticking to pad. Right now I sort of put this sort of thing, this sort of thought into motion where it's just essentially like Apple versus Android. So
now they're very close. I don't think there's much of a difference either way.
Well, how it works is that with a pad, you know, you get a pad. That's what it is. You know, it's an iPhone. It's like, here you go. This is what you do. You can customize it by changing out the colors of the buttons or putting stickers on it, but that's about it. With a stick, it's like, okay, well, I can change this. I can change the buttons. I can change the stick.
Yeah, you can make it more personalized.
Yeah, exactly, to how you want it. Yeah, so that's what I think. But yeah, anyway, what we'll do here is we've already got Butterjaw. You know, we've got his lore inputted. It's all locked in. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on our first break, guys. So don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Kia ora, this is Wooly Wools, and you're listening to the Salt Shaker Podcast.
this is a new guy, and he's not that good in terms of basic. But what can I say? He's spamming these unseeable moves, and he was beating us, right?
Yeah.
So I was quite pissed, but at the same time, I couldn't say I'm pissed because that would look very bad.
Oh my God.
Instead,
Can you tell me, in your honest opinion, in our community, who do you think are the heels, or I should say, bad guys?
We're gonna make some enemies with this
No,
one.
you won't.
No.
It's all for fun.
Okay, yeah.
All for fun.
I think maybe Sivio?
Past interview, in there answering him, I'm standing there like, so, when was a time when you had to use your creativity to get yourself out of a mess with a customer? And in my head, I'm just like, oh man, I really need shit.
G'day guys, Yigs here. You're listening to Salt Shakers. Stay salty and stay Yigs.
What's up? This is Mia.
Yo, this is Tinkos.
This is Drax.
Hi, this is Milky.
Kia ora, this is Corn Willis, and you're listening to...
And you're listening
to the Salt Shaker Podcast.
And you're listening to Chrono on the Salt Shaker Podcast.
And we're back. Hey guys, tonight we've got Butterjaw here with me.
Hey guys.
So, you did mention before that, what did you just say before?
About what?
Something about, I don't know, there was, like, just when we were on break.
We're looking at the chat, and we were looking at Ghost Chips'
Oh yeah, that's right.
main switching shenanigans that he likes to get up to.
He always switches, doesn't he?
Switches, man.
But yeah, like, you've got a backstory to that.
Oh, well, I mean, he switched mains against me a couple of times.
Okay.
'Cause I play him in battle lounges, because he used to play Akuma.
Mm-hmm.
And he suddenly stopped playing Akuma.
This is Tekken, right?
This is Tekken.
Okay, yeah.
He played my geese. I don't think that me had anything to do with it. It's just funny.
Yeah.
But like, you know, he was using Akuma on me and using like the demon flip stuff on block that doesn't actually exist because you can just dash under Akuma when he does it and get a full combo. And then he played Devil Jin against me, and then he was like, my Devil Jin only has 4 moves, and most of them were Hell Sweep, which is beatable as well.
Yeah.
But I like playing Ghost Chips in Tekken. It's fun. Because he always goes for the stuff that you need to be able to defend against.
Uh-huh.
So, like, his Devil Jin 50-50 caught me off a bunch of times.
Okay.
It's good to get used to some of the stuff. Because, you know, Ghost Chips, he can detect the dirt, I think. He's got the instinct for it.
Well, he did mention to me before that, you know, with Tekken, it's a lot harder for him to pick up because there's just so many mechanics. And he basically just told me that with Street Fighter V, it's one of the easier games to master. But for me, I can't play Street Fighter to save myself.
Yeah, I've been trying since Street Fighter V came out,
yeah.
and I cannot make much progress at it at all. Like, I think I tried playing Street Fighter 4 when that came out, and just could not deal with it, because it was nothing like Tekken, and I was like, couldn't deal.
They did a lot of buffering and stuff like that as well, like, you know, which a lot of Tekken players don't really get at all.
Not really.
Yeah,
I can buffer, like, I'm used to buffering like Giant Swing and stuff with King, but, like, yeah, it's a little bit weirder with Street Fighter
You
stuff.
can buffer Chains of Misery as well with Brian.
Yeah.
So there's always like these little things. So you know when you've been knocked down, you can sort of roll forward, and while you're rolling forward, you can put in the motion of
wake up.
Yeah.
I think the thing that gets me with Street Fighter is, to my knowledge, you have to read a throw break, whereas in Tekken you can react, and that's what puts me on tilt the most about Street Fighter. Or if you can react to Street Fighter throws, they're so fast that I can't deal with it.
How many frames is a throw?
Throws 5 frames in Street Fighter.
Shit. Okay.
So you can't deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, and in Tekken, you can be like, oh, he put his left hand out. Now I'll press the 1 button and it breaks. Like
yeah. Well, now it's even easier.
Now it's even easier unless you're playing a command grab character.
Yeah, exactly. So back to Tekken there. With King, like why King?
I like wrestling characters.
So
I like wrestling.
You like wrestling?
I loved wrestling when I was a kid. I don't really follow it that much anymore.
Yeah.
Apart from like occasional like, look at that goofy thing.
Well, maybe if you're free sometime, if you want to, there's Royal Rumble's coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I might be down for that.
Yeah, so could just bring a few beers over and
that sounds good. Yeah. No, I'd be keen for that. I really do want to see some more wrestling stuff.
Well, I think Royal Rumble's next week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sweet. I don't have any plans.
Yeah, and there's going to be the first female Royal Rumble.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
30
sick.
women. Yeah, Royal Rumble.
Oof.
Yeah. It'll be so weird because because they're so much more tinier than us, than men. So it's kind of hard for them to go over the top rope.
Interesting.
It'll be really it'll be sore for them.
I think what sparked my wrestling love again last year. So when I started watching Lucha Underground.
Oh yes,
which is superb, superbly silly, and I love it. It's like kayfabe turned up to 11. And I love it.
Isn't that Lucha Underground? Isn't that where Rey Mysterio was sort of?
Yeah. He starts it or is part of it. Yeah.
No, he was part of it. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for him because there was a freak accident that happened in his match.
Yeah.
Where he 619'd a guy and
killed him.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty.
Risk. Yeah, I think that's why he kind of stopped for a bit.
Yeah, I can see how that would actually sort of mess him up a bit. But words have it that he's coming back to WWE, which is But King. So you said before that
King is the character that I like.
Yeah, I'm a King, right?
Because he's the heel. He fights dirty.
Yeah. Well, what about King? Like you picked him up because obviously.
So I only
he's
learned,
different to.
So I picked King up in Tag 2.
Yes.
Because I needed him for
a partner.
the team. Yeah. So, but. Yeah, this game's just forced me to do it. So, but I actually do like King. I think he's pretty sick. So.
Oh man,
the thing I miss is not having a wave dash. That's easy.
Well, you can still wave dash.
His animal wave dash is hard though, because he doesn't have a Mishima crouch dash. He's got the animal dash, so it's harder to do.
Right,
you don't get as much off of it.
Yeah, there's so many people online that play King.
I haven't bumped into many.
Oh man, I've bumped into so many. A lot of people did say to me, they bumped into a lot of Xiao Yus, and I haven't bumped into any Xiao Yus.
Maybe the game takes away mirror matches. I've played a couple of Kings online, and they all just spam like 1-2 throw and the alley kicks, and it's like.
Well, with those ones, you can sort of read, those the online players, because if they're about, like I'd say about maybe 3 bodies away from you, and they start running up to you, you better have 1+2 ready because it's going to be a shining wizard.
It's always going to be a shining wizard.
Yeah,
I've been practicing while running giant swings just to mess with people.
Yeah, can you do instant shining wizards?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I do them sometimes, but like. I usually use Shining Wizard in combos. I usually go for the Giant Swing or Tijuana Twister mix up in my throws.
Yeah.
I like Tijuana Twister because it's good Oki.
Yeah, it's always
and
good.
And no one breaks it because everyone's scared of Giant Swing. No one breaks Tijuana Twister.
Yeah, Giant Swing, just as soon as you can kind of see it though.
Yeah, because it's a little bit of a difference from the Muscle Buster.
Yeah. Because basically, when you sort of have them down, like, you sort of have them down on the ground, you can see it. So you've got the split second just to break it. So it's like, oh yeah, that's a giant swing. Press 1. Yeah. So there's that. So I've kind of been, because because of all the King players, I've been kind of
learning it.
Yeah, King. Because, it's... just the grapple characters, like, you just don't know what they can do, like, with online players.
Yeah, they can go for anything.
Yeah, because, it kind of throws you off as well, because, a lot of them, they don't tend to engage you.
Yeah,
I know so many online players.
Kings that just hang back.
Yeah, they do.
Wait for you to come to
It's kind of scary, in a way.
Yeah, it's off-putting for me. I don't like having a run-in on someone. Like from full screen, especially in Tekken, especially against Claudio's. Running in on a Claudio's.
Especially when there's lag and it's kind of hard to move around,
Yeah.
If you get a 3-bar, it's you don't really want to go into anything. You just want to hang back.
Yeah.
But then that's not going to win you the game.
It's not. It's the problem. Oh well, that's online play problems.
Yeah.
Which are universal in every game, I think.
Yeah. So tell us about, in the fighting game community, I know that you covered it, but let's get more into it. So you said that you made a lot of friends.
Yeah.
you know, in the FGC. So you did mention people like, you know, Shamia and things like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, she's a Zangief player.
Yeah.
In Street Fighter 5. That's only player, like, you know, only plays Zangief, which I'm quite interested to have her, you know, in for a podcast for next season, since this season's the finale. So, you know, you're actually closing it off for us.
Am I the finale?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
wow.
closing it off.
Damn.
So, it's
well, she is an Auckland player, so it'll be easier for her to come up.
She travels to Auckland.
Though, she's
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it'd be easy for her to get on the podcast.
Yeah, well, because I mean, H-Town is kind of, you know,
it's just down the road anyway.
Yeah, down the road, like 2-minute drive.
Yeah. Like friend-wise, like there's so many people that I would consider friends now from the FGC, just because everyone kind of gets along with each other. I don't think there's much beef to be had. There's a little bit occasionally, but I don't think it's anything serious.
A little bit of beef is good beef.
Yeah.
You know, it's
you need a little bit.
You know, otherwise it'll just be really boring.
If everyone's friends all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's a fighting game, damn it. Come on, man.
That's my view on the NRS scene in America at the moment. In MK9, it was thuggery to its finest.
Yeah,
they were the pioneers of thuggery.
Yeah.
And now they're all hugging each other after games, and it's the state of the world. Hugs.
Oh, you should have seen back in Tekken 5 days. Right now, you know, everyone's all friendly with each other and going, hey, good games. But, you know, back then, man, at the arcades where nobody knew who it was. So, on the fourth episode where I interviewed Cornova.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would say, oh, well, look, it's you know, blue bag guy or blue jacket guy. Oh, it's you know, chessboard hat guy, which is BG. So yeah, there wasn't a lot of friendliness going around there. It was just a lot of you know, oh, I hate this guy because he does this. Just
pure competitiveness.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess that everything sort of mellowed out once, you know, we started going to all these like offline events. I mean, it started already doing that beforehand, but yeah, back in Tekken Tag 1 and Tekken 5 days, you do not want to be in the arcades, eh? You do not want to be there. But at the same time, you sort of do, because it's entertaining. But yeah, there's that. But yeah, like you said, is that you do a bit of traveling, you know, when you go to these events and things like that?
Yeah. I haven't gone to any out-of-town events. I mean, I go down to Hambats when I can, because it's close. It's another weekend. But then that's how I sort of got friends with Reno and Arashi and all the Hamilton boys.
Right.
Maori boy and stuff. Because they're super chill down there. It's awesome. But this year, because last year stuff happened out of my control, so I couldn't go to Crush Counter Capital or Red Zone Rumble. This year, my goal is to go to every major in the country.
Right.
And I will try to go to BAM as well. But that one depends on if we move to islands and stuff. But that's all up in the air.
Yeah.
BAM's in May, so you know, I'm definitely going to Garden of Might in March. I'm definitely going to War in Hamilton. I'm definitely going to Crush Counter Capital, and I'm not going to miss Nats. Cause
when is Crush Counter Capital?
That's in June.
Ooh.
July? June.
Don't think I'll be able to make that one.
One of the J ones.
Yeah. One of the J's. Yep.
And I'm not going to miss Nats, because Nats this year was just amazing.
Nationals is dope, eh?
Yeah.
It was super dope.
I gotta run Rumbats again, and I'm gonna make it bigger and better than it was last year. Because I had a hotel room at the place, and we only had 2 setups, unfortunately, but it was just sort of the salty sweet before the salty sweet. And that's when I played Wes in Honesty Bats, which is why my Twitter handle is Dishonest Jaw, because I lost.
Yeah.
And he won. Because he cheated. Because he showed up to a drinking thing at midnight when I had gone from rum and cokes to cokes and rum.
Yeah.
The ratio had changed, and then we were playing the best of 5 games.
Right.
So it was the first game that got drew was Street Fighter 5, and that was a real close set, and he won. And the second game that was drew was Marvel versus Capcom.
Okay.
Which I don't play, and Wes is very good at. So
right. Was he sober?
Yeah, he was sober.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, and I was shitted. And then third game was Mortal Kombat X, and I smoked him. And then fourth game was Tekken 7, and it was 2-2, and he switched to Yoshimitsu, and I was drunk, and he just unblockable low launchered me.
Oh,
and
no.
I lost. So he is honest, and I am not. But I think some people would attest that showing up sober to a thing where you're supposed to be drunk to decide it is maybe dishonest, but I can't speak. For I lost.
Oh, wow,
but
okay.
this Nats this year,
Well,
there will be a run bats again. I will run it. I'll get more setups.
Yeah.
A better area. It'll happen. Probably going to run one before I leave Auckland if I do.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get everyone. It'll be my Auckland FGC leaving party.
Yeah.
And if I'm staying in Auckland, it'll be my Auckland FGC staying party.
Mm-hmm.
We can get
so either way, there's a party.
There's a party at my place sometime at the end of February. Rum Bats 2, Electric Boogaloo. We'll get it cranking.
Oh, nice.
So stay tuned for info on that.
Yeah.
I just got to butter up the missus a little bit.
Well, no, I just think that, just having house sessions is always, like, one of the best, especially when there's alcohol involved.
Yeah.
And things like that, and just anything like that. It just brings everyone together, especially when you have a lot of setups and things like that. And the good thing is that, if you have more setups, the more people can play, because you don't want to be playing someone once, lose to them, and then pass on pass it on. That's not how it works.
So I've got like a whole garage we can open up and have like basically a ram bats in my house, but with alcohol. So
rum bats.
Rum bats.
Yep. Or vodka bats. Or whatever.
Bats. Rum bats works better, but you don't have to drink rum.
No. I don't like rum.
Ah, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I prefer whiskey.
Yeah, that's a good... I just bought a bottle of whiskey, actually, on the way here.
Oh, yeah?
For afterwards, when I go home.
Is that going to be a skull?
No, not a skull. It's like, it's not a nice whiskey, but it's like, I just want a couple. Because I'm doing keto, so I can't drink beer. I'm trying to lose some weight. But occasional whiskey. I had a bad week of teaching, so I could just chill for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. So, with all these sort of events and things like that you've gone to, I mean, I don't know if that was the one that you told me before. I don't know if that was your most saltiest moment, but what is your most saltiest moment in...
Saltiest moment in an event? Ooh. No, the Honesty Bets was fun, so that wasn't salty. That was just a good time.
Yeah.
The money match I had against Hadoken, where I got absolutely bodied because I was drunk at first blood, that wasn't that salty either because I deserved it.
Tell us about that. Let's put the saltiness on hold and tell us about that. Like, so, what actually happened? How did you end up in a money match?
Because I challenged him to it.
Okay.
Because I had no real beef with him. It was sort of kayfabe, pretend beef. And I
only wish that there was more kayfabe beef.
That's what I was trying to do, just because no one was doing money matches, and I was like, we'll do it. And it was only for $20, so it wasn't a big thing.
So it's not like a just $400.
No, it's not. I'm not. Well, one, not confident enough in myself to ever do that, even in a game I'm good at.
He has some balls, man, for doing that though. He has never played Street Fighter before, and he challenged some dude to like a money match.
I guess he could just read the guy was talking.
Yeah.
Whereas couldn't put his wallet or whatever the saying is. So it was just like because. In the online league that started last year, and like it was in the transition from season 1 to season 2, where Guile got buffed.
Right.
And my character, who was not a good character, Alex, got nerfed for no apparent reason.
Okay.
So I was like, I got smoked by him in the online league, and I was salty. And I was like, Guile's fraudulent Guile money match at first blood.
Which one was this? Which Street Fighter?
5.
Oh, 5.
This is just started last year.
Right. Okay.
So.
Well,
it did not go very good.
Guile's Sonic Boom is like so crazy. Like that slow one that he does.
Yeah, it's he's my demon character in Street Fighter 5. Okay. I can't beat Guile at all.
Right.
It just gets in my head. Stupid Sonic Booms. I have
Sonic Boom and Flash Kicks.
That's all he's got, special move wise, and it's all he needs. Guile just rubs. I don't even know. I don't think that anyone thinks he's like super top tier. He just gets in my headspace. I can't deal with Guile. Always lose to Guile.
Yeah, so that's your saltiest moment.
Yeah, I was saying that actual money matcher wasn't salty. I lost, but fighting Giles. Anytime I fight a Guile is the saltiest moment.
Oh, right, okay.
But saltiest would be... I don't think I've got like salty at a tournament. I get salty online. So I guess in an Injustice Losers Finals at Southern Cross Up this year, I was playing Milk, and he was 2 games up on me.
Right.
And I was on Magic Pixel, and Injustice has chip kills.
Alright.
Alright. And he had 2 health bars left.
2 health bars?
Yeah, because Injustice has... You just have 2 health bars.
Yeah, so it's sort of like Kill Instinct, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
so
like
you
Killer
sort of,
Instinct.
You kill them, and then they sort of get back up again. Yeah, yeah.
So, I had Magic Pixel. Any hit would kill me, and I managed to almost beat him. And if I had managed to get it, I would have been the hypest. But at the last moment, he guessed right on a mix-up and got a down jab on me. So, like, I think Mitchell from Powers to North and D Silver were on commentary, and I had this big smile on my face while I was playing it because, like, Danny was popping off. He was like, only because there's an achievement in all NRS games. If you beat someone on under 10% health, it's called Only a True Master.
Right.
So he was like, only a True Master's gonna happen on stream, and like, you know, I could tell that like Milk was getting real panicky, and I think that if I'd got, because I won the next game, but if I'd won that, it would have been like a mental demoralization thing, and I might have tipped the balance a bit in my favor to maybe take the full thing. But so I was salty that I missed out on like a legendary moment.
Yeah, so I guess that's sort of the mentality of a tournament. Tournaments can be pretty draining, especially if it's a really big bracket, like, you know, with pools and things like that. I found that, you know, with a lot of people, if you break them on the first on the first game, they will be on tilt the whole time. So...
But the saltiest moment I've witnessed was also in the Injustice 2 bracket.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah, it was... Losers Quarters, not the one I was in, which I just barely won against a Dr. Fate. It was Wes, who's one of the NRS boys, and against Mason, who doesn't really play it, has like a day 1 dead shot. And Wes is really good. Mason was just playing some day 1 stuff. Right. Mason's good at fighting games, and he was sort of, Wes is up 2 games. Needs to, because all of Injustice is best out of 5. First 3.
Okay.
Alright. And then Mason, I think, reverse 3-0'd him with Deadshot just by shooting guns, and watching Wes just stood up because he had that set in the bag, and he would have got top 4, and he just stood up and left 7 cross up, and we didn't see him for like an hour. He was gone.
Oh my god! Okay.
Like, I think he quit the game after that for a while.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
And then I played Mason, and he didn't know how to beat Darkseid, and I bodied him.
Yeah.
So, and Wes can beat me. So I was really happy that the saltiest moment happened, because then I got 3rd place. And if I had to play Wes, it would have actually been a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So luck was on my side, but 7 cross-up was just so good. Like, just so many good memories there.
Yeah, I mean, it was it definitely was a memorable moment. I still reckon that Red Zone Rumble was a really memorable...
I'm gutted I missed it. It sounded like it was amazing.
It was.
Red Zone Rumble 2 last year, apparently.
Well, especially that whole scenario with Uncle Danny and Simp.
Yeah,
that was the most memorable moment. Especially outside of Auckland events.
Yeah. I haven't actually like hung out with Danny on the drinks. Keep missing each other on that one.
You do not. Oh, well, actually, no. I changed my mind. No, Danny is actually really, really fun to be around when he's drunk. But you know how I've got this mentality in my head just to say the last thing I want to deal with when I'm sober is drunk people.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Danny, I want him around when he's drunk. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's like super hype. Nah, well, I mean, I think I've got a present for you, Simp. I have a present. It's a Gillette Smack 3. So, yeah, I'll give that to you next time.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Or was it a shit Quadra? I don't know. You pick, bro. But
dealer's choice.
Yep. So anyway, with that there, I mean, so those are, you know, your salty moments and things like that. What are some of the most funniest moments that you've had that, you know, that just made you just completely, you just lose your shit? Like for me, I think that, you know, the time that I lost my shit was like Red Zone Rumble. Like that whole scenario just unfolded. And, you know, I got to meet a lot of cool people, got to get to know a lot of cool people. But your funniest moments?
I think there was a Cyclops thing. That running joke has been
Was a
fun.
Cyclops?
He got
okay.
the camera. He's a YouTube personality. It's like these sunglasses that just look like Cyclops' thing.
Yes.
And like, I think it was at Christmas Day, Damager Cup, and
yeah.
we were in the crowd, and I just yelled something out.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I meant to say it under my breath, but it was like a moment where the whole room went silent, and I was like taking the mickey out of him.
Yeah.
But it was like during a match, and then it all went silent, and you just heard like me taking the mickey out of him being Cyclops or something.
Yeah.
But then like he refuses to be called Cyclops, but he looks like Cyclops, so he's Was-a-Clops.
Was-a-Clops.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But, there's so many moments, but like funny moments, funniest moments. There's so many. Can't really think of like a defining one off the top of my head, which is probably not a great answer. But yeah, because like the karaoke at after Christmas, no, not Christmas Damager. Yeah, after Christmas Damager was.
There was karaoke?
Yeah, there was karaoke.
Oh, I left too early.
Tufts booked it, so that was pretty good.
Okay. Whereabouts was that?
What was the place called? I couldn't remember. It was just around the corner from MegaWeb.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
karaoke place there. And
Is
they
it
had,
the one
like,
on Hobson Street?
Might be the one on Hobson
Oh, okay,
Street.
yeah.
And it was just like everyone drinking and singing hip hop, and it was just a good kind of funny, you know.
Yeah.
And Seb sang and did an entire song in Spanish, which was pretty hype. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Seb is cool.
And then there's the Tufts and was a rapping moment of sheer. There's a video of it on Twitter. I think it's just silly.
Jeez. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll go on our last break. So before we do that, I wanted to talk to everyone about Four Color Flight Club. This is going to be hosted by Mikkel, aka Bloody Someone, in his comic book store. So that would be at
Arkham City.
Yeah, Arkham City Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's in Royal Oak. So that's in the Royal Oak Mall. So if you're on Mount Albert Road, you can actually see a big McDonald's sign. So that's where he is. So if you guys aren't doing anything tomorrow, it starts at 11 o'clock. It's going to be a lot of fun. You did ask me about whether or not it's going to be streamed.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we won't be able to stream it. But what the Salt Shakers have agreed to do, you know, with Mikkel as well, is we're going to be taking the laptop in. We're going to be hooking it up to the Elgato, and we're going to record the whole thing. And then straight after that, straight after the event, Daly and I will find the time to stream it live, with us with us doing commentary on it.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
So, you know, we'll have all the layouts and everything like that. We just need the raw material, you know, just
to work on. Yeah.
To work on and everything.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just going to be for people that, you know, that cannot go there, and they want to see all the hype matches and things like that. So, you know, it'll be good. So, you know, I've known Mikkel for a very long time. Very cool dude. So, like I said, if you guys aren't doing anything, definitely come along. And you know, if you don't want to play, that's cool. You know, we can always watch, and we can always support our favorite players, I guess. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll go on our last break, guys, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
What's up, y'all? This is The Beast, and you're tuning into the Salt Shaker Podcast.
Hey guys, it's Dave from Standing Fierce.
Hey yo, this is Ghost Chips.
Hey, this is Sky.
Hey, this is Iron Soul.
Kia ora, this is Waza.
This is Sim, and you're listening to the Salt Shaker Podcast.
You're listening to the Salt Shaker Podcast.
And we are back, guys. Hello. So, basically, let's just get on to the final segment here. Like, this is just normal Q's and A's and things like that.
Cool.
So, basically, you know, for all those that just tuned in, I'm here with Butterjaw, a Tekken player, and also a Mortal Kombat player, I guess, in Injustice.
NRS, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, I mean, in terms of, you know, let's say for the fighting games and things like that, is there anyone that you're sort of looking forward to, you know, have returned in Tekken 7?
Tekken 7, Armor King. Hands down, Armor King.
Armor King?
And Marduk.
No, like, so, you're not really into Gigas? He is a Marduk, but he's
Marduk.
He's a shitty Marduk.
The thing I liked about Marduk was the Vale-Tudo stance cancel pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And that, well, okay. Gigas doesn't have Vale-Tudo stance at all. So you can't have Vale-Tudo stance pressure if you don't have Vale-Tudo stance.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been cool if, like, the twist with Gigas was, like, you know, at the end of Tekken 6 where they have that sweet graveyard fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Armor King beat the crap out of him so much that, like, G-Corp had to, like, turn Marduk into a bioweapon, like a jack. But it's not. It's not even Marduk. It's just some dude with Katarina who's just some chick. They're not important at all.
A 444 chick.
The 444 chick. She has one button.
The one button girl, right.
The non-conclusion to the Graveyard Showdown of Tekken 6, which was the hypest bit, the only hype bit of Tekken 6, was those three final movies where you find out that there was always two Armor Kings,
and two.
He's come back for revenge, and he hates King for betraying Armor King 1, and I was like, this is awesome.
That was his brother, isn't it?
They're twins. Yeah,
they're twins.
The Armor Kings.
Yeah.
It's implied because they're about the same height and stuff, but they're not.
I don't know about that, but...
No, they're at least brothers.
Yeah.
I assumed they were twins.
Oh, yeah.
But, I don't know.
Yeah. Is there any... So, is it... Like, in Tekken 7, is there any particular character that you absolutely hate playing against?
Claudio.
Is it because of...
Claudio.
Why is that? You want to elaborate on that?
He just like the hop kick. It's just the crush principles, but I hate the crush system. I think it's stupid. The crush system is the stupidest thing in a fighting game.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Evasive moves that go under or over things are awesome. Moves that just ignore a move because they are programmed to ignore mids. It ruffles, and that hop kick is just—it's Lars's up forward free from Tekken 6.
I can see that you're about to drop an F-bomb there, but
Claudio gets me riled up. Gets me riled up, sounding and fierce.
You know, I started playing Claudio because I keep getting beaten by him. So.
And like, he's really basic. It's just the hop kick.
Don't go triggering the internet now.
And the while running 2.
Yeah.
That you can't sidestep.
That running 2.
Because its hitbox is nuts.
Yeah.
It's just like, it should be linear. It looks linear. You should be able to sidestep it. Then it would be fair. Or it shouldn't be plus on block.
Mm-hmm.
Pick one! He has all of them. You can sidestep Dragunov's while running 2 now, but you can't sidestep Claudio's? Whatever. And like good Mishima players, they're always going to tilt you. Because it seems like they're in your head.
Yeah, a good Mishima player is always very scary.
Yeah, but then you're just like,
scariest thing.
You need to be good to play Mishima.
Yeah, exactly.
Just,
that's why back in Tekken 5 days we used to have a guy named Ben, and he was the one that would imply that playing a Mishima is pretty much knowing how to drive a manual car. So what he's implying is that every time when someone plays a Mishima or plays them really good, he'll be like, oh, that's manual.
Yeah.
That is super manual.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just how it is really. So Claudio really gets under your skin.
Yeah. And I really like the design of him because he's looks like a JoJo character. I dig that.
He does.
He acts like a JoJo character when he does his While Rising 1-1. He poses and it's super cool. And then his
stance looks like a JoJo character.
Yeah, he's doing his little loose hands.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Mr. Burn hands.
His design is real cool. He's like a JoJo character and I just don't like his playstyle.
Yeah.
It would have been cooler if he did.
I've seen, like, on the earlier days of with Tekken 7 release, and I was playing online, there was a Claudio player, and he had, like, sort of, he had customizations on, but, like, every time when he does, like, the hop kick,
yeah,
it looks really weird, especially with those customizations.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like he's like a puppet. And like, you know, those
all jangly.
Yeah, it's so weird when he does it. I'm like, holy shit, that looks unsettling.
Genocide cutter, basically. But
so you don't really want him to return in 8?
I do want him to return for the story.
Oh, okay.
Because
you do realize that, you know, the next Tekken, he's probably going to be super nerfed, just like what they did to Lars.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. He'll be crap, and I'll be able to beat him.
Yeah, but then you'll have some newer characters which are gonna get under your skin.
It's just the curse system. If they got rid of that, he'd be fine. It's just the whiff recovery on some things annoys me.
Yeah. To be very honest, I actually thought that you would have said Xiao Yu.
No, because Xiao Yus that have used AOP are easy to deal with because you can just bop them on the head.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're going to keep doing that. Down forward one.
Down forward one, yeah.
Elbow. It's just like, if you're going to keep doing that, I'm just going to keep doing this. It's a boring way to win, but I'll just do it. Good Xiao Yus impress me. So, I got nothing against them. The bad Xiao Yus that just spam AOP are easy to deal with.
Yeah.
You can't block this.
Yeah. And do you see a lot of those online?
No.
Xiao Yu plays? No. But, like, you know, if you get someone playing Claudio online...
And in lag, Claudio in lag is, I think, the most infuriating thing. Because, like, you block a hop kick and you're like, sweet, 12 frame punish. Back while hop kicked again. Oh, look at that. I'm in the sky. Now I'm at the wall.
Do you remember that one match in... it was the 3-on-3 night of Southern Cross-Up.
Yeah.
And there was one dude, I forgot who it was, but he did like 20 hop kicks in one with Claudio in just one round.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I need to show you this afterwards. But yeah, it was so unsettling just watching it live. Just like
you're looking at
it
in like the neutral game. Play the hop kick. Sure, that works too. Like a character whose neutral game involves whiffing hop kicks in the neutral to bait you into getting hit by another hop kick. That just riles me up. But whatever, that's Claudio.
Yeah, it was so funny, man. Like, you know, I was looking at it. I mean, I was laughing, but I was also at the same time, I was kind of face palming. I was like, you know, if I was using Xiao Yu, man, I would have lost that. Because I'll try something, I'll be like, oh, back turn, oh yeah, get launched. Oh yeah, I'll try AOP, I'll get launched.
Yeah.
Anything get launched.
Does AOP get hit by Claudio's? Oh, that's so stupid. She goes under King's one. That gives me extra reason.
Her California roll actually goes under, at the right moment, goes under Kazuya's down forward 2.
Wow.
Yeah. So because there's this one sort of frame where, like, you know, in that California roll where she's really, really small. Very small.
See, that's the stuff I don't mind. That's not a crush system. That's evasive stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the California roll's not invincible to mids all the time for funsies, you know? Just goes under stuff.
Yeah, well, you can't really help it. I mean, Claudio. People do say that he is flawed, though.
Yeah,
there are certain sort of holes that you can sort of, you know, that you can get past, loopholes.
It's just infuriating, and you get put on tilt, and then you get hit by stuff.
Yeah.
There are ways around it. You just got to play clean. You can't, especially against him. His hop kick's so good, you cannot be whiffing stuff in his face because he's just going to blow you up for it. So.
He even beats Lars's up forward 3.
Yeah, with his one.
Yeah, because
Lars's one got nerfed, so.
Yeah. No, but Lars's one is still very unsafe. But the thing is that, like, it still ducks highs. Like,
it's not a mid crush anymore. It's just ducks highs.
Well, after he lands, and if you try to do a high on him, it doesn't work. Like, this is back in Tekken 6 days. Yeah.
But it's minus 17, I think, so you just launch it with a mid.
Yeah. Well, there's apps there. There's apps, so
Tekken
you know.
Chicken and stuff. You can
Tekken Chicken, yeah. Tekken Chicken's so good.
No, right?
Yeah, it's.
Did they change Geese's photo yet, or is it
I
still
don't
geese?
know. I think it might be just still geese, like a flock of geese.
I hope they never change that. That's the greatest thing ever.
So, who do you think would actually return? You know, after Noctis. Because
they will bring Lei back. They
it will
have
be
to,
Lei.
because people have been crying about it, and then no one's gonna play him anyway because no one plays Lei because he's hard. All the people that are crying on Twitch and crying on Twitter to Harada will not play Lei. I guarantee you. They'll pick him up and go, "Oh yeah, he's real hard because he's like 20 stance character."
Yeah.
Never mind. Back to playing Claudio.
He kind of makes Xiao Yu so basic. Like, you do not understand. Like, I don't understand a single thing of what he does.
Yeah. But if they bring Lei back, it'll be fun to watch the actually good Lei players, because watching Lei play is magic when he's going into drunken stance and relaxed stance and
Razor Rush.
Yeah, it's great. It's so fun to watch. Armor King better come back. There better be a cool cinematic where Armor King drivers the panda out of the game and he takes the slot up in the top left.
Oh, but there's people that like Panda.
Maybe Panda can be a customization for the bear. They're the same character. Like Tekken 3, where you just pressed a button and it changed it from Panda to Kuma.
True. True.
Like it should be.
Do you think Christy might come back?
No.
No?
No.
No Tiger,
game.
no Christy?
No.
No?
Don't think so. I think Eddie's covering that for now.
He's tanking.
Yeah.
He's tanking for them. But
like, I think because they've got Lucky Chloe at the moment, they'll bring Christy back.
Cancer Chloe.
Cancer Chloe.
Yeah.
But I think that, no Christy. Hopefully Armor King. Hopefully Julia or JC, either one.
You've basically got Arashi on chat saying Dr. B. What do you think about that?
Ooh, I actually really liked Dr. B in Tag. I thought that was cool. But I think he's dead in the canon, so he's probably not coming back.
Wang's probably dead
Wang
in canon.
is definitely dead. Bake's probably dead.
Yeah?
Bruce? Bruce is probably just off doing something else. I would like Bruce to come back, but I also like Josie, so...
Yeah. Well, I think that Wang might not be coming back, and I think that Corn Willis is probably going to be crying and everything, because the thing is that with Wang, I mean, you've got Xiao Yu with down 3-4, and that's one of Wang's moves.
Yeah.
So...
Well, she's his granddaughter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was hoping they'd do like another generational jump, where like, Xiao Yu would get more Wang moves and stuff.
They've been at this. Like sort of timeline.
Well, yeah, the story came out when Tekken 7 story. It's like it's only been like 5 months since Tekken 5.
5 months.
Yeah, like when they flash back to the start of Tekken 5 with all the jacks, it's like a couple of months ago, and it's like all of Tekken 5, 6, and 7 happened in like a year.
Because with 4, that would have been 2 years.
And I think even 4.
Oh no, 4 was also in the equation.
Yeah.
But 3 was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been on this for so long.
So another time jump. But I mean, they gotta finish. They gotta finish this Kazuya versus Jin grudge match thing.
Well, we already know that. I think that with Tekken 7, they say that it's gonna be the end of the Mishima saga.
But then the end of Tekken 7 is Jin going, "I have to kill Kazuya now."
Yeah.
So.
Who knows what that's gonna what's gonna unfold with that?
Rest in peace, Heihachi.
With a lot of that's the thing with Tekken 7, how it's going right now. I don't even think that Harada needs to release another Tekken.
Not for a while.
Not for a while, because there's seasons now.
Yeah.
And
another season of a story and more characters would be cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'd dig that.
I like the Tekken 7 engine. I think it's the funnest Tekken has been since 5. DR.
Yeah. Well, you do realize that a lot of people sort of they kind of skipped 6 because they didn't like the system.
Yeah.
And
Tag was a tag gang.
Tag was just, was basically, it was just weird. Like, I think that with Tekken, I mean, yeah, the tag system's great and everything, but a lot of people don't dig it. They have their reasons. I mean, I got my reasons and I don't like it.
Yeah. I liked it for I liked the way they did the tag system in 2 better than 1.
Yeah.
But that's because the tag throws and stuff were the coolest. If you played a King and Armor King team, or any of the wrestlers together, and you could giant swing. Like Armor King to Marduk's one is super cool because you do giant swing tag and he throws them behind him, and then Marduk comes in and does the flying DDT on them, and it was just like, that's so cool.
Yeah,
it's the hypest. Armor King and that was the Marduk one in King. Armor King did the headlock, and then Marduk comes in and does the 4-hit combination on that one.
I think that's sort of the same as Xiaoyu and Lily. They have a throw. Yeah. But Xiaoyu doesn't really have many like sort of.
That's her relation, basically, right?
Well, there's her and Jin. There's her and Lily.
And Wang.
Wang. Yeah, and that's about it, really. Oh, Panda.
And Panda.
That's about it.
Yeah, she's not really a main character, Xiaoyu.
Nah, but like but in vanilla Tekken 7 and with Tekken 7 FR or with Tekken 7 now on the console, she just got so strong. I don't know how.
It's absurd.
Yeah, I mean
in a good way.
In a good way, yeah, but you get a lot of like unneeded hate towards her because the thing is that like she's not easy. She's not easy at all.
But that's just the way the fighting games go, right?
You can pick Claudio and get good with him in a week. But you're gonna it takes so many years just to get good with Xiaoyu and especially with like Yoshimitsu and Lei, especially Lei.
Lei and Yoshimitsu, I think, they're the specialist characters. And Xiaoyu, you really got to knuckle down and know them to do stuff with.
Yeah, well, they've got they've got a different kit to everyone. That's the only thing.
Play weird.
Yeah. So anyway, this brings us to the most asked question in the podcast. So who's your fighting game waifu?
The waifu question. I've been preparing for this.
And don't say your missus because
no, she's not a fighting game character. She'd be terrible as a fighting game character. No mix-ups.
Just straight slap.
Just the slap and the nag.
And the nag. Unblockable nag, eh?
She's not listening, so it's fine. She's at work. Okay, so I was thinking about this, and big news happened on Thursday that has shook up the entire game.
Okay. And who would that be?
Android 21 from Dragon Ball FighterZ. She's not a Dragon Ball character because she's unique to the game. She's the nerdy scientist lady with the long red hair and the glasses.
Okay.
And they showed what her form is when she fights.
Okay.
She's like just wearing a bra and baggy pants, and she's pink and has white hair, and she's turned into like a demon. So that one is up there.
It's up there, but that's
not.
Threw up
the mix.
Okay.
She's too new. I need to see what she's like.
Okay.
Initial reports, she could bump the top spot there.
Yeah.
She's looking good.
Yeah.
But
who are you gonna say right now?
Right now.
This instant.
JC, but only when she's JC.
You're gonna piss off Zazov.
Yeah, I know, he hates her, eh? Because it's way cooler when she's a cool luchador that's Armor King's tag partner. It's because she's Armor King's tag partner that I like her. I think she's cool.
Wow. Okay.
I can't play her at all. So I can't play Julia. I just think I like her design. I think it's dope.
Julia is another hard character to learn, I think.
So yeah, JC I think is clutching at the top, but maybe Melina, because she's crazy, or Jury from Street Fighter 4. That's the top three, and Android 21 is gonna maybe scoop in there.
Yeah,
and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, is there any other characters that you've considered?
Yeah, Katana. I don't like a lot of the women in MK.
I wouldn't really want to, because I mean, if you consider them your wife and you get fatality, and you're like
a crazy sex monster, so she has her place. She's kind of weird.
Mina.
But she got Melina's the one with the big
I know the yucky teeth.
Yeah, you just keep the mask on.
Oh nah! After seeing that at MK9, I'm like, nah. No thanks.
It's the MK9 costume where she's barely not wearing any clothes, and you're like, yeah.
Is that the one with the white sort of
the bandages over?
Yeah, the white bandages. Ugh.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wouldn't really want to have. To be honest, I wouldn't want to have an MK character as a
waifu because they'll just kill you.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm getting like my waifu's getting torn apart.
I would lock it in and say JC probably.
Yeah, locked in.
Locked in.
Okay, JC.
But purely because she's cool.
Is it because she's a wrestler?
Because she is a cool wrestler.
Let's talk about some. I mean, we've still got a bit of time. Let's talk about wrestling, because you said that you're a huge fan.
Well, I wouldn't say a huge. I was a huge fan when I was a kid.
Yeah. So who's your favorite wrestler?
It was Kane when I was a kid. Proper Kane with the mask when he was scary. when I was a kid, like old school Kang.
Is this the one where he had like the?
It was the black and red striped mask.
Where he would just come out with Paul Bear and just choke slam people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I liked that.
Is that the one where he didn't
Undertaker's
speak?
Rivalry. He didn't speak, and he was Undertaker's brother that burned in a fire or whatever. It was really stupid and kayfabe.
Yeah, kayfabe. Kayfabe is just so hard to sort of maintain now in wrestling, just because of you know, social media and things like that.
It's harder.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why I like Lucha Underground, because it's a TV show.
Yeah.
More or less, it's episodes. They can keep the kayfabe up. Like my favorite thing is
there's still weekly episodes.
Yeah.
You know, like
I know, but what I mean
SmackDown.
is like it's all sort of studio-y filmed instead of like there's people watching it, but it's more like the way they do stuff. Like the Dario, the guy that runs the Lucha Underground League, his office is like underground. It's in like impossible space because it's right next to the ring. But it's got a window, like, looking down on the city, so it's, like, a high-rise office, like, looking down. But, like, there's, like, a bit in one episode where they're fighting in his office, and they get thrown... They've been walking down, like, heaps of corridors to get to his office, and then they get thrown through a wall, and they crash into the wrestling ring.
Yeah.
And it's like, where is his office? It's this crazy thing. And he has, like, an evil monster in the basement and stuff that he turns into a wrestler. Lucha Underground is, like, kayfabe at its finest. It's like an ancient eldritch horror that turns into a wrestler.
Wow.
It's like, now you wrestle for Dario!
Well, the good thing though is that, you know, if you do come,
I will come watch the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, if you do come watch the Royal Rumble, you know, I'll tell you all the laws and what's happened
I don't know
so
a lot of
far
the new
and things
laws,
like that.
I would be very much keen to see what's going on.
Yeah. So yeah, what we'll do now is we're almost out of time here. So what we're gonna do is, before we ride off into the sunset, like what? Well, it's already dark now. So, but is there any special mentions that you want to sort of say?
Yeah,
while
so
we're doing this?
I want to shout out Brad at Geek House NZ for sponsoring me and letting me use his shop to stream.
Yep.
That's a big help, letting me use the good internet. It's a good store if you want to. You can get video games from him, or board games, or like Warhammer and stuff. So that's all good.
Yeah.
Shout out to the NRS boys, D Silver, Wazza, Milk, and Wes. We'll be a popular game one day, guys. Don't worry about it. And yeah. Shoutouts to the Auckland FGC. You guys are great.
That's cool. Is there anything else you want to say?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles come out this month for Injustice, and it's going to be awesome.
You're not looking out for DB... Yeah, for...
and Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
So
Dragon Ball
Fighters. It's going to be legit.
It'll be
going to get blown up.
Hopefully Hopefully it's going to be a massive community, because... you know, there's a lot of Dragon Ball fans out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Hopefully we get some people coming out.
Yeah.
I think it might help satisfy some of the Marvel players' need for a versus game as well. Whilst also still playing Marvel.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and anime players can maybe slot in as well. I think that Guilty Gear players will probably do quite good in it.
Well, you get like Guilty Gear players, and then there's also players that play Blaze Blue as well.
Yeah, just
before.
Yeah,
that's just going to be really good, I reckon. But again, thank you very much for
thanks for having me on.
Yeah, coming on the show. Before we go, I wanted to also just say that for those that are free tomorrow, definitely come check out Full Color Fight Club.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is in Royal Oak. So if you guys don't know where that is, the plug's at the bottom of the stream. So be sure to check it out, guys. Like I said, if you don't have time to sort of come by the whole day, then just come by, drop us a hello and things like that. We'll definitely be there. Salt Shaker guys will be there. Everyone, or nearly most people from the FGC will be there.
Yeah.
And it'll be a fun day. Definitely.
Yeah, it should be good. I haven't actually been in Mickle's shop yet, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, I might pick something up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, at first, before he had a Tekken 6 machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty legit.
That's cool.
But thank you very much. It's also just to let you guys know that this is going to be season 2's finale. So
yeah, I'm special.
Yeah,
Woo!
You're special, definitely, very special boy. But we're definitely gonna. I know that we just came back and did like 2 episodes, but we'll definitely be back for season 3 in no time. There'll be a few people. There's a few people in the hit list already. that we sort of want to interview and things like that. And Drax will be contacting these people. So I just want to sort of say special thanks to Drax for organising these times and things like that, and also special thanks to Virtual Bacon for coming up with all these cool drawings and things like that. Everybody is actually enjoying his drawings, especially with those player cards that he's doing.
The player cards are the greatest idea.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty legit. But yeah, no, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. You guys have been very, very awesome. And yeah, hopefully we'll be back for Season 3 in no time with a much better product, I guess. Yeah. Alright, guys. Take it easy. Have a good night.
This is a new guy, and he's not that good in terms of basic. But what can I say? He's spamming these unseeable moves, and he was beating us, right?
Yeah.
So I was quite pissed, but at the same time, I couldn't say I'm pissed because that would look very bad.
Oh my God. Can you tell me, in your honest opinion, in our community, who do you think are the heels? Or I should say, bad guys.
I'm gonna make some enemies with this
No,
one.
you won't. No, it's all for fun.
Okay, yeah.
All for fun.
I think maybe Sirio?
Past interview, in there answering him, I'm standing there like, so, when was a time when you had to use your creativity to get yourself out of a mess with a customer? And in my head, I'm just like, oh man, I really need shit.
G'day guys, Yigs here. You're listening to Salt Shakers. Stay salty and stay Yigs.
Hey, this is Hani Mohani.
Yo, this is Blacker.
Hi everyone, this is Maven.
Hey, this is Nemesis.
This is Mizu, and you're listening to
the Salt Shaker Podcast.
Excellent. KO.